Charlie felt really sad for a long time. It was like a dark cloud that followed him around. Because of this, he had to go to a special place where they helped people feel better. It was like a hospital, but for your mind, not your body. After a while, he got better enough to leave and go back to his normal life. Charlie was scared to go back to school. He didn't like talking to new people, and he was worried that everyone would be mean to him. It was like he was a scared little animal going back into a big, scary jungle. But he had a secret friend who he wrote letters to. This friend didn't know who he was, but Charlie could tell them everything he felt without being embarrassed. It made him feel a little bit better. When Charlie finally went back to school, it was even worse than he imagined. Kids laughed at him and made fun of him. It hurt his feelings a lot. But there was one good thing. His English teacher, Mr. Anderson. He was really nice and kind. It felt like having a grown-up friend. Even though Mr. Anderson was nice, Charlie still felt lonely. He didn't know how to make friends, so he spent a lot of time by himself. One day, he went to a football game to try and forget about everything. While he was there, he saw a big kid named Patrick. Patrick was in Charlie's shop class, but he was a lot older. To Charlie's surprise, Patrick was really nice. He asked Charlie to sit with him and his stepsister, Sam. They were both really friendly, and Charlie started to feel a little bit happier. They invited Charlie to go to some parties and stuff, and he started to make some new friends. Charlie really liked Sam, and he hoped that maybe, just maybe, they could be more than friends someday. Charlie was starting to feel a little bit better. He was hanging out with Patrick and Sam, and they were really nice to him. He even started to feel like he belonged somewhere. But then, something terrible happened. When Charlie got home from school, he saw something he shouldn't have. His sister, Candace, was getting hurt by her boyfriend. Charlie was really angry. He didn't like seeing people hurt others, especially not his own sister. He remembered how his Aunt Helen had been hurt too, and it made him even angrier. But Candace told him to keep it a secret, and he didn't know what to do. The homecoming dance was coming up, and Charlie was excited. He was going to go with Patrick and Sam. It was going to be his first real dance, and he was a little nervous but also really happy. At the dance, Charlie danced with Sam, and it felt like a dream. After the dance, they went to a party with some of Patrick and Sam's friends. Charlie met a bunch of new people, like Bob, Mary Elizabeth, and Alice. They were all really cool. But then, something else happened that made Charlie feel really bad. Sam's boyfriend, Craig, was there, and Charlie was really jealous. He didn't want to feel that way, but he couldn't help it. To try and forget about it, Charlie ate something that someone gave him. It made him feel really funny and silly. He started to talk a lot and say really smart things. While he was feeling high, Charlie told Sam about his best friend who had killed himself. It was something he had never told anyone before. But after he told Sam, he didn't feel so good anymore. He went upstairs to be alone. That's when he saw Patrick kissing Brad, the football star. Patrick told Charlie that they couldn't let anyone know about their relationship. Charlie promised to keep it a secret. Later, Sam told Patrick what Charlie had said about his best friend. Instead of being mad, Patrick and Sam seemed to understand Charlie better. They realized that he didn't really have any other friends, and they wanted to help him. It felt like Charlie was finally starting to belong, and on the drive home, something magical happens. A song comes on the radio that none of them recognize, and Sam, caught up in the moment, tells Patrick to drive through the tunnel. As they enter the tunnel, she stands up in the back of their pickup truck, dancing freely as the music blasts through the night air, creating an unforgettable memory. As the holiday season approaches, Charlie finds himself helping Sam study for her SATs. During this festive time, their group of friends decides to do a secret Santa gift exchange. On the final night of the exchange, Sam surprises Charlie with a heartfelt gift, a typewriter. She knows how much Charlie dreams of becoming a writer and hopes that this gift will inspire him to follow his passion. The two of them start talking about their first kisses, and Charlie admits that he has never kissed a girl before. In a moment of vulnerability, Sam shares a painful memory, revealing that her first kiss came from her father's boss, who was abusing her at the time. Wanting something better for Charlie, she tells him that his first kiss should come from someone who truly cares about him. Then, she leans in and kisses him gently. Charlie, who has long harbored feelings for Sam, is deeply moved by her gesture. Even though Sam is currently with someone else, his love for her only grows stronger, and he begins to think of ways to express how he feels. Charlie's birthday falls on Christmas Eve, a date that always brings back painful memories of his Aunt Helen, who died in a car accident on that very night after buying a present for him. The loss continues to haunt him deeply. At a New Year's Eve party, Charlie takes LSD and experiences intense flashbacks to the night of his aunt's death. The night ends with him being found passed out in the snow by the police. Charlie attends the Sadie Hawkins dance with Mary Elizabeth, and afterward, they head to her house where they kiss. Mary Elizabeth then declares that Charlie is now her boyfriend. Although Charlie has no real interest in continuing the relationship and doesn't want to be her boyfriend, he remains in the relationship because he doesn't know how to end it properly. At another party, during a game of Truth or Dare, Patrick dares Charlie to kiss the prettiest girl in the room. Charlie chooses to kiss Sam, which leads to anger from both Sam and Mary Elizabeth. Traditionally, when dared to kiss the prettiest girl, it's expected to kiss one's own girlfriend. Patrick suggests Charlie give both girls some space to let things settle down. Weeks pass, and Charlie's friends continue to ignore him, which deepens his depression. To make things worse, he is still haunted by flashbacks of the night his aunt died, adding to his emotional turmoil. Brad's father catches Brad and Patrick in an intimate moment, which explains the bruise on Brad's face that he's been hiding at school. Brad, however, insists that he got the bruises from being attacked in the school parking lot. Later, during a fight in the school cafeteria, Brad insults Patrick, using a homophobic slur. This leads to Brad's friends attacking Patrick until Charlie steps in, helping to de-escalate the situation and mend things with his friends. Though Patrick is troubled by his breakup with Brad, he starts to form a close bond with Charlie. One night, Patrick kisses Charlie, who does not respond. Overwhelmed, Patrick breaks down and confides in Charlie about his unhappiness. Meanwhile, Sam discovers that Craig has been cheating on her and decides to end their relationship. As Sam's graduation approached, she received exciting news: she got accepted into Penn State. Her friends were thrilled and decided to throw her a farewell party. Charlie, a close friend, offered to help Sam pack her belongings for the big move. While packing, Sam curiously asked Charlie why he never asked her out on a date. This question led to a romantic moment, and they shared a kiss. But when Sam touched Charlie's inner thigh, he suddenly pulled away, looking uncomfortable. Despite claiming everything was fine, Sam sensed something was wrong. The next day, Charlie watched as Sam left for college, feeling uneasy. Once he returned home, he had a breakdown, overcome with emotions. He flashed back to a traumatic memory: his Aunt Helen had touched his thigh in the same way Sam had the night before. This memory triggered a disturbing thought. Charlie believed he was responsible for his Aunt Helen's death, thinking that maybe he had wanted it to happen, and the universe granted his wish. Panicked, Charlie called his friend Candace and shared his guilt-ridden thoughts. Candace, worried about Charlie's safety, sent the police to his house, fearing he might harm himself. When the officers arrived, Charlie blacked out, overwhelmed by his emotions. Charlie regained consciousness in a hospital bed, surrounded by his concerned parents and a kind-faced physician, Dr. Joan Cusick. She gently explained to Charlie's parents, Kate and Dylan, that their son had been a victim of sexual abuse by his Aunt Helen. The traumatic experience was repressed, hidden deep in Charlie's memory, and he had mistakenly blamed himself for her death. Weeks passed, and Charlie finally recovered enough to be discharged from the hospital. His friends, Sam and Patrick, welcomed him back with a familiar and comforting outing to one of their favorite restaurants. As they drove through a tunnel, Sam excitedly shared that she had found the song that played during their last tunnel drive together, Heroes, by David Bowie. Moved by the moment, Charlie climbed into the back of the truck, overwhelmed by thoughts about life and its complexities. As they exited the tunnel, he stood up, feeling an intense rush of emotions. He turned to Sam, and they shared a passionate kiss. For the first time in his life, Charlie felt truly alive, free from the burdens of his past. In this moment, Charlie finally found the courage to confront his trauma and let go of the guilt that had haunted him. With Sam by his side, he began his journey toward healing and self-discovery. Thank you for watching this video, and please do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.